Hello, stitchy friends. I hope you are all well. Thank you for taking some time to be here with me. I'm Sophia. This is my channel, Sophia Stitching Love, where I talk about my hobby, my my therapy. Thank you, everyone. You are all welcome. If you're new, I hope you will like what you're gonna see. And if you're a returner, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much for coming back and for being here with me and for being friends with me. So another week is gone. Today's not my day off. I didn't have time to record on my day off, so I'm doing this on my lunch break. I managed to get home today to do that, and I'm gonna show you what I've been stitching this week. Um, so let's just go straight into it, and then we'll talk about other things too. Bambi's just around here. He's gonna ask to come up very soon, I'm sure. So I've worked in 4 patterns. Yes, he is here. I knew it. You want to say hello, so you know I'm recording, right? Yeah. But then you looks like so bored. Yes. Do you want just to say hi? Yeah, I want your kiss. Okay. Good. Is that what you wanted? Hi everyone, sorry. But he always wants, when I start recording, he wants to come up. Yeah? You don't want to say hi? No, Louis is gonna come. No. He just wants to look at us. So you're gonna go on the floor so I can keep on recording. As I've just started, and then you interrupt me. Come on, let's go. Oh, sorry guys, but he wanted to come up. He wanted to say hello. So what I was saying, I stitched in 4 patterns for designs this week. That's all I managed to do, and I did 3,101 stitches. Not much, but you know I've been designing too, so now time is not that much. And let's have a look. So the first one that I picked up is the one that I started last week. Is Petal Fairy from Mirabilia. So I decided to pick it up and to stitch a little bit more on it. So this time I stitched more around here. Well, I did around here and then here, more the oranges and some of the pinks too. I did 509 stitches, so now it's at 1,534, 8.64%. I started this together with Stuart in Stitches. It was his birthday, and he asked anyone that would like to join him on a new design, and I decided to pick up a Mirabilia because it's Mira May, so another good reason to have a new start. So that's what I did. This is in a 35 count linen, a natural color, and I love it. I love 35 count. Then the one that I've got here to show you is my priority. You all know, well, this week I didn't stitch as much as usual. Again, I did 1,029 stitches, and I've been around here. It looks, you can see a mark in here, but it's like that. You can see on the design that I will leave here somewhere. That's how it is. As you know, I'm loving it. It's really, really nice. Today we've got sunshine outside, so the colors are better. It's really, really gorgeous, this design. I was hoping to have like all the top finished by the end of the year, but as I'm designing and I want to start some of my own designs, so it may not happen. Plans change, don't they? So that's what's happening in here. It's been a bit easier to stitch on it this week because most of the lace is now getting finished, so it makes it easier. This, if you're new here, because if you're not, you've heard about this pattern every single week. This is from Carol. She's a Russian designer, and this is 350 by 474, so not one of the biggest ones, but quite a good size. And it uses blades, so I know that not everyone likes it, but I do, especially when they're skin. When we're stitching like human skin, it's much better. That's it. That was my second one. Then I stitch on Best of Friends. Here it is. I'm so proud of it. I've stitched around here. And I did 532 stitches. I can't wait to have like at least the face complete. But I may not do it now. I'll probably be coming up all this way. Not sure. Yeah, but probably coming all this way and then to the other one. So if you don't know, this is my own design. I've started designed just recently. And if you like big, complicated patterns, please step into my Etsy store. It's the initials for Sophia Stitching Love Designs, CO. So it's SSL Designs, CO. CO is only because Etsy won't let me have just the other one. They said someone was already using it, so they suggested the CO and I accepted it. Weird, isn't it? So in this pattern, let me give you some details. This pattern is 450 by 675, so it'll be a bit bigger than that one, but then there's more. Now it's just not me, it's the dogs too. So it has to be bigger. And I'm stitching it on an 18 count royal canvas. Actually, let me tell you about this canvas. Because I have at least 3 or 4 people asking me what I like to stitch on, and this is from far my favorite one. This is not Ada. This is 100% cotton, but when you touch it, it looks nearly like plastic. It's stiff, but the holes are so big. Hope you can see it okay like that. The holes are so big that your needle just flies through. If you're not careful, it really falls on the floor and all that, because the holes are really big. So you don't have much fabric to cover. So usually the coverage is perfect. I use 2 threads. I normally use Petal Fairies, but they are exactly the same as DMC or the thinner CXC, the one that with just one label. And the coverage is perfect. I'm sure it will be fine if you use the 62 labels because it's thicker, it will be okay too. But let me tell you that the stitching flies on this fabric. The only down thing is that if you like to stitch on hoops, because it's a hard fabric, I don't think it will be very comfortable. I may pick up one over there that I have out of a frame so you can see the fabric without being stretched, the way that it looks. So it is from Zweigart, it's 100% cotton, but hold on, I'll go and pick it up, the other one, so I won't forget it and I'll show you now. So this is the fabric and you see how it behaves. It's stiff, but if you're stitching in big frames like I do, it's very easy. But if you are to put it in a hoop, then it is hard. This I think is supposed to be used for needlework, needle point. I think that's how we call it. It's like, I think it's like a half stitch, but when you use it for cross stitch, well, I think it's great. I found out because I saw it in Instagram quite some time ago. There was a picture someone was teaching. It was a Russian girl, and I did message her, and she replied that she said this is for needlepoint, but I use it for cross stitch. I gave it a try, and believe me, I'm not going back. I've got plenty of other 18 count in there, 25 and all that, but I just placed another order for this. I really like to stitch on it. So if you've never tried it, give it a try if you like 18 count and if you're stitching in big frames. Not good for hoops or for hand stitching because it will be hard, but to me it's just the best of the best. I don't know where else you can get it. I've looked into it. I normally get it from Casa Senina. It's an Italian shop and they usually stock it. It's out of stock. I think it's because of it, probably because last time I ordered quite a big amount. I'm joking, but and now I placed another order and it was out of stock, so I'm waiting for it to come back in. I've only got one more to show you, and this is my new start of this week. Another one of my new designs, but this is so gorgeous. How could I not start it? And it's called Stitched Bones, like that. I've only got that, the top left corner. And this is 600 by 600, so it's a big design. 207 colors. And as you can see by the picture, this is the sweetest thing possible. Mother and daughter stitching in all this wonderful world, all these clothes, all this garden, and oh, I don't know what I can tell you about this design because I'm just starting and it's my own, so it will look strange whatever I've got to say about it, but I do enjoy it. I do love it. So if you do like it, give it a try. I don't know what else I can tell you. I did 1029 stitches in here. And if I could, I wouldn't put it down. I would just carry on stitching on it. But then of course I want to have other things stitched and I want to have things to show you. But regarding my own cross stitch, this is all that I have to show you this week. So it's not that much. But now let's go into the giveaways. So from what's past, I'm only missing to give one pattern to Busy Bee Cottage. Please, I know I've already sent you one. I'm imagining that you still want the other one that you want two, but I'm not sure which one you wanted. So could you, if you're still interested, could you reply and just let me know which one you want to pick. Then we've got a new one another giveaway to do this week, don't I? I've already got a page here opened, and I've already added which video it is, and it says I've got 165 likes on it with 83 comments. I've added the word mother, you can see it in there, and it needs to have at least one like and no backups. And now we're ready to do the drawing, okay? So the person who wins this giveaway will be able to pick it up to choose one of the patterns that were new in the last video. I've got the list here, but if you don't know, I don't want to bore everyone. Just if you don't remember, just go back. If you win it, just go back into the last video, see all the ones that were new in that week, and choose one of them and send them a message to my email. Send me an email letting me know which one you want to stitch. But please be over 18 and only run for the giveaways, please, if you really want to stitch them, okay? Otherwise, give someone else the opportunity. Sorry. And if you're stitching any of my patterns, please join us on Facebook group. I've created the Facebook group so we can all share our progresses. And I've also created an Instagram page where I add all the designs that are coming out. So if you just follow me there, you don't have to go into the Etsy page all the time. If you don't want, I will add them there as I add them to Etsy. So let's just see who's the lucky one this time. Let's just press start, and there he goes. Oh, it goes back up. So Jaymund, not sure if that's how you say it. There, I think it's focusing, but I'll write it here in the screen. Congratulations. I hope you have much fun stitching it. And the comment says, I think I won't be able to read all of it, but it says Mother's Day is this Sunday in Canada, so you're from Canada. Love your new design, but it's getting harder to pick. I think then it must be just thank you. Thank you. Well, you can pick one at least now. Thank you very much. I'm so happy. So if you've not been into Etsy store, would you like to see all the new ones that I've been adding there this week? First one that they're not by order, they're just the way I've written down. The first one is the Story Keeper. So this is kind of like a new version of the one that already existed. That was called Where Dreams Begin. That it was a mother, well, a mother. Let's believe that it was a mother with the two children, a boy and a girl, a son and a daughter. And one of you, very sweet lady, asked me if I could do a similar pattern, but with the two little girls and the lady with gray hair, because the pattern, she says she loved it, and she also reads to her granddaughters, and she said she would love to stitch something like that. So I like to do any pattern, any design that I like. I will only be able to, I think, to do a pattern if I like it, at least my own design. But then doing something that may already mean something to someone, that is just so special. That's how everything began for me. The reason why I started uh, designing is because I wanted a pattern where my dogs would be featured, and I couldn't find anything that added that. How do you call it in English? It's not brand. Sorry, they're not pure. It's just my dogs just are adopted like from the middle of the street. Um, but the bigger one, Louis, is kind of a Doberman, and Bambi is a Lulu the Pomeranian. So I wanted something where they will both be featured, but I couldn't find anything. I contacted some of the designers that I was already in touch with, but for some reason, I don't think they do their own designs. I think they pick up pictures that already exist somewhere online, and they do that, because when I asked them for something specific, they couldn't do it. So I think now I'm thinking that. I'm not sure. But well, the main thing is that they couldn't do it. So I had to find a way. I do love challenges. Sometimes the harder the things, the more joy I get out of them. So first it was to do the picture. So I managed to get a picture. Then I had to find a way of doing the pattern, and I did. And that's how everything started. So when you ask me, oh, I would like a design like this, so, because quite a few of you have already asked, and it's so nice. And I'm so sorry if I take long to reply sometimes, but I will reply to everyone. There's actually a lady, if you're watching this, I need to send you an email, that sent me her own design, and she just wanted me to take the background and some other bits, and I am doing it, but it takes so long to do that. The big thing all around to take out is easy, but then the stitches that I kind of already inside of the designs, they're very hard because I have to take one by one. But I'm doing it, so just wait for me. It will be done one day. I'm doing it slowly. But then what I wanted to say, sorry, I get all over the place. What I wanted to say, it makes me so happy when you ask me for a specific design, because I know that you'll be stitching it like with more love, because you really want that design. It's not just a design that you find that is pretty, it's something that you really wanted to stitch. Then the next one, it was also a request from one of you. It's Mediterranean Love View. You asked me, you sent me some pictures, and you said something in between this. And this is the first one that came up. I will have quite a few more already. I've already got the designs, I just need to do the pattern. But this is beautiful. The colors. Oh, it's Mediterranean Lake View. I like the blues. I like, has everything is shiny on water. Oh, my tablet that I'm recording is just saying my battery is low, so just give me another second. Sorry, I've just remembered something. I just put my charger on, and I'm I'm getting away from what I was saying, but I need just to explain what I'm smiling. Uh, this community is great. everyone is so kind. Everyone, I'm so blessed to have all of you in my life because you are very kind. But I've already had one or another person that doesn't don't know why they're not nice at all. And there was this one person one day that sent me a comment saying that it was so painful to watch my videos because of my language barrier, but especially because I couldn't plan my videos properly. I was like all over the place, I think, for him or for her. And it was his words saying that it was so painful to watch my videos. So I'm so sorry. But yes, I'm like that. I'm all over the place usually. So, and as I was adding the cable to the charger to the tablet, I remember that comment. Yes, this is how I am. This is how my videos are. It would be too bored for me if I had to plan everything, what I'm going to talk about, and the order. I just write down an idea, but then sometimes I don't even write anything down. I just go with the flow because I don't have much time for that, and I want to enjoy what I'm doing. I don't want to be doing like reading a script. Sorry, it's the way that it is. I'm so sorry if it's very painful for any of you. The next one, Stairway to Starlight. I think this is a gorgeous pattern. There may be a problem with this pattern. I'm looking into it because, as a friend brought up to me, when you upload it in Pattern Keeper, two of the colors they seem funny. Now, but this is weird because I've tried it in four different places. I've tried it with Saga and it looks perfectly fine. I've tried it on the software that I use to chart and it's perfectly fine. But on Pattern Keeper and on Markup RXP, their two colors seem funny in the middle of all of them. So I may be actually taking it out as soon as I finish to record these and see what I can do for it. And I'm going to contact also the supplier of the program that I have, uh, and uh, and I may be stitching it a little bit of that pattern this week or this weekend to see what's really happening in there because it's funny, in some of them, in two of them are okay, in two of them are wrong. How can that be? And the main color that is going funny is the 807, but I'm so curious about that I need to stitch it. I could just correct it. I could just add another color there that would blend fine in the middle of all of that, and it would be fine. But then I wouldn't know what the problem is. Is it like the apps that have that color as stronger than actually it is? It looks brighter in the app than actually it is in the thread when we've got it to stitch. I don't know. I need to find out what it is. I don't want just to correct it replace it with some other color and that's it. No, I need to find out what's the problem with it. Then there's Mermaid's Princess Dollhouse. This pattern came up as most of you loved Deep Sea Mermaid. She's lovely, and you liked all those bright colors. And then one day I was like in bed already thinking, oh, she could have a daughter, wouldn't she be nice? But then I came up with this house, and I decided to put them together, and then I came up with all this story in my head. She was her birthday, and her mom gave her a princess doll's house, and there was the octopus and the seahorse that decided to come to the party. So that's how the other patterns as well, bubbles, blooms, and tentacles, and pearls, petals, and tides. That's how they become to life. I was about to do all those other animals, the crabs and all that, and then I thought sphere is a bit too much. But those two had to survive. The octopus, well, not octopus, bubbles, blooms, and the pearls and petals, they had to come alive. So that's how all those three patterns came to life. And that's the patterns that I designed. So there are 2, 4, 6 patterns um, in these weeks. So What else do we've got left? I think I've already talked about everything I want to cover. There's only a new giveaway. So if you want to stitch any of these patterns that I just mentioned, uh, just run for the giveaway and let's do a new word. Could it be dream? Because that's how that Little Mermaid came up. It was like a dream, like if I was dreaming about her. So just add a comment with the word dream and you will be running into the giveaway. Oh, and it's so funny to read your comments, it's so, so good. You come with such good ideas sometimes. You just have to write the words. But if you do write the comment, it's really, really, really nice. So carry on if you're okay with doing it. Um, I think that's it. So please, please, if you do run for the giveaway, at least give a like to the video and be subscribed, okay? Because I will take that into account when you do the giveaway. And if you can, just spread the word about my Etsy shop because it will be helping me a lot. Believe me, one day I will tell you what's my dream with that shop. I will, but it's too soon, I think, because it's still just a dream. Okay? So, guys, thank you very much for being here. You to take care of yourselves. Be kind to you, especially, and to all the other ones too. Okay? Bye. See you next week.